Oh. This has got to stop. What is up, y'all? First of all, you're gonna be hearing my roosters in the background. Nothing I can do about that. I am a huge, obese, old man. I accept it, but I will not accept it. This is what I used to look like when I was in high school. I don't think I'm gonna get back to that, but I know I can do better than I'm doing right now. I wanna live a long life, and being obese is not gonna help me get there. I used to be very active, and of course, when I was growing up, there was no internet, there was no video games unless it was an arcade. You had to pay. You had to pay to play, and I couldn't afford to pay. So I spent my time climbing trees, jumping across rooftops, being chased by bullies, chasing my friends around, playing tag, that kind of thing. I know that sounds like old-fashioned and that sounds like movie stuff, but that's how I spent my childhood. And then when I got to high school, I was a dance major, so I was very active all of the time. To be honest, back then, being fat was kind of a rare thing, meaning more people were in shape than who were fat, to the point where the person who was fat used to be the fat kid. There used to be a fat kid. But now there's so many fat kids that the outlier is the skinny kid. I'm not saying that to put anybody down because I'm a fat piece of crap right now myself. And I'm saying that because I'm putting pressure on myself because it's gotta change. I don't wanna be fat. I don't wanna stay like this. When I was left the military when I was 30 years old, I was still in shape. Some of the reasons I was in shape is because, of course, you have to be physically active in the military, but I was always smoking, and I didn't have access to all the foods that I love. I lived most of my military life in Japan. I wasn't a big Japanese food fan, so maybe that helped. I don't know. But the fact is, I'm a fat boy now, and I need to change that. Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 2:47 a.m.
They do all the hard work picking out the videos, making critiques and suffer through editing. I just swoop in and steal all the glory, reacting to reactors reacting.
What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. If you like seeing people discover great music, this is the place for you, so please subscribe now. How did I get so fat? Well, what I think happened is a combination of things. Once I left the military, I wasn't required to be as physically active, even though I still worked out a little bit, not in the gym, but I used to take long walks on the street. When I say walk, I mean like that race walking. But I wasn't required to be out there, so maybe I wasn't. Secondly, when I got into the hotel business, pretty much for me, it was an administrative type of job. So I was behind a desk most of the time. Didn't require a lot of activity. It required lots of hours. You had to eat whenever you could eat. So you would eat fast food. People would bring in donuts. Also, I lived in Los Angeles, so I had access to the best foods. I could afford a little bit of the best foods. My favorite foods, Mexicans, a lot of fried foods, I did eat a lot of beans. Also, there was a lot of soul food. Any type of food I wanted, I had access to. Also around that same time, I stopped smoking. And as you know, when you stop smoking, you eat more. I don't know if smoking directly affects your metabolism, but I know it had a direct effect on mine because I was eating everything in sight. I tried to continue to work out, but because of my schedule being so busy, I didn't do it as consistently as I should have and as I needed to. And then as time goes on and as you age, the pounds slowly creep on. When I was in high school and college, I was around 175. When I was in the military, I was around 185. And now I'm up to 257 pounds. I gotta do something about this. All right, it's time to begin the change. So what will I do? I know I can't continue to eat how I'm eating now. So first thing, I will be intermittent fasting, meaning I'll be eating 8 hours out of the day. I haven't picked the hours yet that I'm gonna do that. Secondly, I'm going to reduce and try to completely eliminate sugar from my diet. And I'm gonna go low carb. I'm going high protein, lots of vegetables, and the fruits that have the least amount of sugar. Thirdly, more exercise. Cardio used to be my jam, but I have learned recently that in order for me to really lose the maximum amount of fat, I need to do heavy weight training. So I'm gonna start off with, body weight training, push-ups, those kind of things. See if I can get one pull-up. I know I can't, but I'm gonna start with one pull-up and see if I can get up to 2, 3, 4. And I will be mixing in some walking. The type of walking I'm talking about is out for 45 minutes to an hour, brisk walking early in the morning. Because it's fun, I can listen to music, and it's something that I can easily do. In addition to losing weight, there are a few other things I plan to do to improve my life. As you may know, I live in the Philippines. I need to learn the local language. English is an official language, but the language most commonly spoken here is Tagalog, so I will be learning Tagalog and I will take you on that journey. In my entire life, I've never lived in a house, never owned any property. I've always lived in apartments, duplexes, trailer parks, that kind of thing. I'm gonna build a house here in the Philippines, work it out legally where I can live in this house for the rest of my life if I so choose. I haven't had a serious relationship since 2013, so I'm gonna look into the dating scene out here in the Philippines, see if I can find me somebody who I can relate to. It's not all about beauty for me. I need someone who can relate to me intellectually. What I mean is someone who I can talk to, someone who I can speak to and we can relate to we can talk about things, someone that I can talk to about many different subjects. And if she happens to be beautiful, that's a bonus. If you're interested in going on this journey with me, please subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.